Hey YouTubes, this is Brian coming back at you after 9 weeks. I tore my Achilles in the middle of December. We are now 9 weeks and 1 day past when that happened. I've been in a boot for the last 3 weeks, and I just really wanted to just take a quick. I just wanted this to be a quick Q&A type video. Just some things that I've learned and found out, and questions that I had when I started the whole boot process or the whole Achilles process. So hopefully this will help you out and kind of give you a sense of where I am right now and my experience, because I think everybody's experience is going to be different. So this is where I am, and let's go. So around this time when you have, when you're getting your boot, when you're just getting off crutches, or when you get out of your boot, you're going to start to feel like, oh, you know what, I can do things again. Like I can go upstairs, I can run, I can jump. Although maybe you don't feel like that, but regardless, maybe you do. This is the time when you don't want to rush things. You kind of want to take what people say. You really want to listen to your body. You don't want to do too much, because that's the time when you get re-injured. You want to talk about like Rashard Mendenhall with the Steelers. He went and got maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but he re-injured himself because he possibly went too hard too soon. And it might not be you re-injure the same thing. Maybe it's you injure your knee, or you injure your foot, or you injure your hip or something. You re-injure something else that wasn't at 100% because your body hasn't been at 100%, and you're like, oh, the ankle feels good, the rest of my body should feel good too. When that might not be the case, and you don't want to re-injure yourself, and you don't want to injure something else. So just be careful, take it easy. That's just my advice, and just listen to your body is the key thing. So how's the Achilles doing? The Achilles is doing good. It's doing good. It doesn't really hurt. I mean, my Achilles hasn't hurt throughout this whole process at all. I would say, if anything, the key word would be tight. My Achilles feels tight. Are you putting weight on your foot? I am putting weight on my foot. The last video that I did, I had just gotten the boot. I was really hesitant about putting weight on any kind of on my boot. I mean, my muscles just weren't there. I mean, it just wasn't comfortable at all. But that's changed. Things are good right now. I'll even show you a little clip of me walking, like the first time, because right after, as I was uploading my last video, I'm like, you know what? Let me put a little weight on this. So I started walking without crutches. It was great. Although I did use crutches for the first week after that. Not even crutches. I used a crutch. So I just kind of used like the one crutch on the side. And that was fine. But I didn't really need it. I used it I used it as a crutch. I just was more comfortable having it there just in case. I mean, I definitely could have gone without, but I did it just in case. But I'm putting weight on it now, and I'm actually, just around my house, just not really even using the boot. But I am being extremely careful about where I walk. I'm not doing a whole lot of stuff when I'm not in my boot. I'm just kind of sitting down, or, and I'm just really just kind of doing like the little zombie walk, where it's just, I'm really excited to get to physical therapy and for them to say, hey, you know what, you can walk normally. So. And then try to do that, and then try to build the muscles back up. But anyway, I'm walking, I'm putting weight on it. How's the pain? There's none. Are you walking well? Well, why don't you see for yourself? I feel like I walked pretty well. It was a lot like the first time in crutches and the second time in crutches, and starting with the boot. Like you kind of learn how to do it. That first weekend that I had the boot on, I started just kind of I tried to use different foot positions to see what the most comfortable way of walking is. And in my opinion, there are 3 ways to walk in a boot. One is just to keep your boot legs stiff. Although the problem with that, just stiff and straight, and you just it's kind of like a penguin. But the problem with that is it really hurts your left hip, and you're kind of doing the up and down. The other hand is just to keep your right leg bent. This is if you feel like you have power in your right leg at all. And I feel like I've lost a lot of power and a lot of muscle, but I haven't lost a ton. I just kind of rock it. And the video that I'm hopefully going to clip in there is, that's how I walk. That's my walking motion. It's pretty cool. And then I guess the third one is just kind of like a stutter step. And that's if that's if I'm hurting. If the other two ones are making me uncomfortable, I just kind of stutter step and take like kind of a half step. But generally, I'm excited to get the boot off, and but I mean, it's fine. It's fine for now. It's comfortable. It's a little pump up boot. It's nice. So you say it's nice, but do you like the boot? It's nice to be able to go outside and not have to worry about my foot hurting or anybody. I'm actually not worried about anybody running into my foot or anything. The thing that I'm most worried about when I don't have the boot on is tripping and trying to catch myself with the foot, and then if my ankle goes like this, because as I said, my Achilles tendon is really, really tight. It's nice having the boot on and not having to worry so much about it. So what exercises do you do? The doctor didn't really give me much exercises to do. I basically said, so can I walk in the boot? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, am I supposed to do other things? What am I supposed to do for 3 weeks? Generally my rule is if it doesn't hurt, then, just be careful. I really don't want to re-injure this and go through this whole thing again. I was in the shower one day and I was, I'm like, because I was using my crutches to get to and from the shower, and I'm like, wait a minute. I can put weight on my foot when I'm in the boot. Why not just try and put weight when I'm, not in the boot, and just be very careful about it? And so I did, and that's when I started walking around here generally without the boot. And I'm just really careful and just kind of limping along, not even trying to strengthen the calf at all. Because the calf, I think, is the one where my calf and I guess my foot, but my calf is where I've lost the most. My thigh isn't too bad, and neither is my foot, but my calf is really bad. The pain on the top of my foot isn't really there so much anymore. After a couple days, my foot kind of got used to things, and we're good. So that didn't answer the question. What exercises do I do? There's a few. You're standing up here, and you're standing on one foot, standing on the other. Although this is the bad one. Standing on the other one. Ones that my doctor said when my first doctor, because this is now that I'm back home, I have two. One is, especially earlier in the first week or two. Now I feel like I have pretty good range with my foot. But before, right after it got out of the cast, it was really, really, really tight, and I didn't feel like I had a lot of motion. But basically, you just spell the alphabet with your foot. The other thing is to kind of maybe take a towel and, first you curl it up with your toes and then push it back with your toes, and then move the towel one way, move the towel the other, just to get the muscles in your foot and your ankle just kind of used to moving again. The other thing he said, which I've been very careful about, is to take a towel and just kind of put it around your leg and then kind of push the towel, which I've been very hesitant to do because no one's told me to do that aside from my other one. This doctor didn't tell me to do it, and I'm not really all that interested in tearing my tendon again. So I've just been very careful. I've done it a little bit, and that's it. Those are kind of the exercises that I'm doing. I'm not really doing a whole lot right now. I'm just letting it heal. I'm still in the healing process, and I'm really, really excited for physical therapy. So when do you start physical therapy? The doctor said I start next time I see him, which is on Monday. So in 2 days from now, I get to start physical therapy and start doing some other things, and hopefully I'll be walking. Hopefully I won't have to wear the boot anymore. But we'll see. The boot's not that big a deal. It is what it is. I feel like I'm in pretty good spirits. We're gonna, just rock it along. There's nothing else I can do. So, I'll give you an update at sometime in the future. Keep going. If you have any questions, just, do it in the comments. I'll be around to answer them. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you later.